All right, I'm also gonna go grab water, so I'll be leaving shortly. Don't do
Good.
anything I wouldn't do.
All right. I didn't even mute myself. I just left. I just left the microphone on. I was like, if they can hear me, that's fine.
Was there anyone in the moonbase, or is it just like ghost town, little tumbleweed go by?
Nobody's here, and when I had stopped the last time when we were reading out, when you guys were reading out all the giveaways, I got up and ran to the doors to ensure they were locked because I realized when Night Watch broke, it was a cacophony. Like they were just like stuff's going on, and the dishwasher's running, and there's people vacuuming. There's all sorts of shit going on, right? Oh, busts. I'm sorry, I did it to myself. I'm sorry. There's all sorts of stuff going on, and I'm just like, wow, okay. And then like 10 minutes later, I don't hear it anymore. And I'm like, oh, okay. And don't think anything about it. And then when we were doing the giveaway reads, I was like, wait, actually, nobody might be here. And I'm expecting somebody might still till like 1 a.m. just to be like, I'm just going to clean up some stuff and maybe do some other things in the back end or do some stuff for like engineering to get ready for tomorrow or whatever, to get ready for like when the Dawn Guard people come in, that kind of idea. And no, just everyone was gone. And that was fine. And they locked the doors, which was even better.
And took all the keys.
Mm-hmm.
And welded the door shut.
Oh. Julie stared at me through the window. I didn't even notice. Oh, disappointment.
So yeah, we're all by ourselves.
Not so bad. I mean, there's 7 of us currently awake doing this, plus everybody who's in chat. So it's kind of not.
That's true. 7 of us plus 2,649 people.
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm not.
Wow. Oh my God.
That would be a really weird thing for me to lie about.
Every year when I do Zeta, I just say to myself, there's probably 1,000 people watching tonight. That's fine. And just go on with my life. I don't think about what's going on all around the world. I'm just like, oh, that's happening.
Does 2,000 people watch or 2,600 people watching versus 1,000 people watching change how you feel like it should behave?
Does it not change it for you? Like, I mean,
twice as many people. I mean, the difference between once you get up to 1,000 people watching, to me, it's sort of there's like a, if there's like 10 people watching, okay. If there's like 100 people, then 1,000 people, it's like, but like 1,000 to 2,000, it's not really that big a change.
Yeah,
in terms of how many people will see my embarrassment as a percentage of the global population.
Because I've done improv shows in front of 30 people. I've done improv shows in front of 2 people. That was not a good time. Live improv in front of 2 people. More of us in the troupe than there were watching us. It was.
Can I get another suggestion from
the guy next to you?
Not
you.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. But I've done live improv in front of 20, 50, 100 people, that kind of thing. I've done 300 people. But I've also done it in front of 1,000 people. I've also done it in front of 2,000 people. And a 2,000 person audience on a stage when it's house lights down, you can't see what's going on, but you can just hear the cacophony. Like it's just a roar and what else is going on. And I'm just like, this is some good stuff. That was SacraCon like years ago. And it was like, this feels great. And we weren't even the main attraction. We were just like, we need you guys to fill time between something else that we're doing. So we're going to give you 20 minutes to do that. On top of all the other shows you're doing. And we were just like killing it. And there's nothing like an anime con crowd because they're all just fonts of teenage energy.
Very vocal.
Yes.
Very vocal.
Very vocal.
Something, if there was one word I would use to describe an anime convention crowd, vocal. Would be the word.
They definitely let you know they're there. And so it's always really, it's fun to find out that it's like, wow, there's that many people who are viewing, even if we're, maybe we're not we're not in their main browser, maybe we're in their second or third browser or monitor, right? But it's like, but we know we're good enough to watch at 1x speed. So
yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
I guess the equivalent, that'd be like if you were in that performing in front of 2,000 people, but like half of them were just like reading a book also, or like watching a YouTube video on their iPad, like in the audience.
God, you know what? I bet you that's what it's like today. If I was to do an improv show at like Otafest or something, is that there'll probably be like a dozen out of like the 200 people to show up to watch us do stuff, but there'll be like a dozen here or there being like, this is really good. And they'll be like checking their Twitter or like on YouTube watching a thing or like texting their friends and stuff. It's like, yes, this is maybe what live performance is turning into as well. Is that I am your main screen, but you still have your second screen. But I play Picross. I listen to the news on YouTube and I play Picross now. So.
Hey, it's Corey.
Hey. Yeah, I've been at some of the small shows. Those were a time.
Were either of you at the panel? I used quotation marks. We did at it was like a gaming convention here in town that was down at the arena or the
convention center. No, I did not go to see you guys do that.
Where I think there was literally just like one person, and it was not so much that it was partially that, at least I'd like to think it was partially that it was the first thing at the convention. Like, the convention opened at like whatever 10 a.m. and the first thing that they were doing, or the first thing in the room, was us at like 11, and they completely muffed the sign-in process. So like the majority of the people hadn't actually been able to like get into the convention yet. So people were still waiting in lines. And so we were just all like sitting there, and there's like one person there, and we're like, what do you want to talk about?
Beach, I brought you to my D&D panel, right?
Oh, that was great. Yeah.
Yeah, it was in a locked basement.
We watched some YouTube videos.
Corey, Corey did this D&D panel at PAX.
Yeah.
And it was like it was corporate. It was like, this is like D&D. Are you working in a D&D game? You're going to be at this panel, right?
We had like two execs from WotC, one of the art directors for D&D brand, and then the people working on like Neverwinter and another big D&D thing.
Yeah, they give you a 400-seater room.
This is
it was a little smaller than that, but yeah, it was big. Very big. And I'm glad I brought my friends.
Because to get in fact, we were like, hey, so we're kind of like, nobody's allowed in. Like the enforcers were like, sorry, nobody's allowed in through here. Like we've been told to keep this locked off or whatever. And we're like, you said, well, I'm on the panel, and these are my friends coming with me or whatever. And they're like, oh yeah, okay, that's okay. Oh yeah, you guys are wearing special badges. You can go with her. That's fine. It was kind of like all worked out, but apparently, they weren't letting anybody into this section, but they had scheduled a panel there. I have no idea.
In the basement.
Yeah.
So like the building was closed.
Yeah.
And no one could get in. But then on top of that, it was in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. It's like, and there's like a sign that says "Beware of Panther" or whatever.
Pretty much. No, none of the lights were on. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. But you guys did the panel.
Yeah.
And we gave you questions.
Thank you.
There's actually one time I went to at PAX. I went to a D&D panel that was like, it was good. It was like the future of D&D stuff, and like Mike Merles and a bunch of the D&D designers were there. We're going to be talking about D&D stuff and the process of like designing a new D&D thing. That was really interesting. And because I was there with Loading Ready Run, and we had our own panel, and we had our things in Bandland and stuff, I had like a VIP badge. And so, which allowed, you can bypass the lines and stuff.
Yeah.
And so I go up to the door before they had actually like opened the doors and let people in. And I like, say hi to the enforcer, and they let me in, and I go in and, sit in the, and it's like empty, and I sit in the place, just waiting for the show to start. And then one of the people is like, you can just go up on stage now if you want. Like they thought I was actually one of the panelists for the thing. For a little bit, I was like, I bet I could. Yeah, I could talk about D&D stuff for a bit.
Brief
Although the other people on
digression.
the
Sorry
panel
to
might
interrupt
object.
the story time.
Yeah.
Yeah.